Holly?
Now let's go to Montgomery County, Stephen, where officials want to know the impact smoking weed has on drivers. If you are like me, I'm sure you have caught a whiff of weed from cars passing by. The question is, what are the effects of driving while high? Our Melanie Almwick is on this story this morning. So first question, Mel, how big of a problem is this really?
You know, it's really interesting because it turns out that in just the last month, Montgomery County looked at a survey of use and that sort of thing, and they found out that between users between the ages of 18 and 25, 20% of them reported driving while high in the last month. And then they also asked those people who have medical cannabis cards, and about a similar percentage of those people also said that they had driven while high in the last month. So clearly a lot of people out there on the roads under the influence of marijuana. Studies show the impacts are increased weaving, delayed reaction time, distorted perception, and collisions, according to Montgomery County data, involving impaired driving have also increased in Maryland since 2020. Police say that those drivers, many of them were using both cannabis and alcohol, which you can imagine makes impaired driving even worse. And actually, they found that just a small amount of cannabis, when added to alcohol use, really does impact someone's skills in driving on the road. But here's the thing, guys. Currently, there is no breathalyzer that anyone can use, that a police officer could use to detect the impacts of cannabis. So officers have to rely on field sobriety tests and increased training to try to detect that cannabis impairment. So that is something that they'll be talking about later today in County Council.
I know there is a lot to talk about. What are some real solutions here, though, Mel?
Right. Okay. So is there possibly a saliva test that police could use to just detect the presence of some kind of a drug that would allow them to screen a little further? Other things they've talked about are, you know, there's a law that says now they can't just pull people over for the smell of marijuana coming from a car. So does that need to change? Do they need more officers on the roads, more training? So these are the kind of things that they're looking at to see if perhaps they can do a little bit more in terms of the enforcement, because right now there isn't even a legal standard for what would be considered driving while intoxicated like they have with alcohol. So a lot of things have to fall into place here, in addition to the messaging that this is something you really just should not do.
Right. Yeah, clearly they're trying to figure it out. Thanks, Mel. Appreciate it.